We're 2-0 up here, and this losing streak is about to be over after 20 minutes here.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory, back with 1860 Munich in today's episode. 2 more games in the league. We've got Furth coming up against Hannover, then we have a bit of a break. We're going to play against Greuther Furth. We have the Christmas break, which will be really good for the players. Hopefully we can have a bit of a reset, because so far in this season we have struggled in the last few games, I should say, not so far, but in the last few games we have struggled for form. If we're going to take a look at how we've done in our last few games, just 6 games out since last time, we haven't got a win, just 1 point from our last 6 games, 5 losses in the last 6. Not really, we've not been like destroyed, I guess you could say, in a lot of those. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, a 3-0 loss there, and then a 1-1 draw as well. Hopefully we can go and pull it back a little bit today. We have been trying out different players. No one's really getting it nailed on just yet, but when we do, hopefully we'll be good to go for the rest of this season. We have a game against Hannover at home. They find themselves in second place. A win there would be pretty big. And then against Greuther Furth, the team who we've already beat, they are below us in the table, so we really need to go and get a win in that one there. But a win today should move us up quite a few spots up to around 10th place, and then another one hopefully, which we can get. Hopefully at least one win from these games today, and we should be good to go. Let's go and get straight into it against Hannover. So the team for this game against Hannover starts with Darn in goal. We've got a backline of Verlat, Voet, Dulic, Musonda, Jacobson, Christensen, Danhoff. We've got Kinsombi on the left, Philip on the right, and Neil Lechner up top. It's kick-off here in this game against Hannover. Really one we should be looking to get at least a point in, if not more, at home. I think we need to start gaining a little bit of momentum. We've got a team which played most games for us last season. Obviously a few changes here and there with some of it, but we should be good to go for it, ready to go and put on some good performances. I don't see why we can't go on and do it. Just need to, start the game well, positive, and hopefully we'll go and get some goals. Here's Kinsombi, looks to cut in. He finds Nina Lechner in the middle. That is 1-0 here in this game, and that is the perfect start after 5 minutes against Hannover. Very high up in the table. Obviously it's going to be a tough game against them just for the way they have been playing, but I don't see why we can't go and win it. I think the team is still very capable, even if we have found a bit of a bad spell of form. You've got to remember we are in the Bundesliga too, so it can be expected that it's not going to be all plain sailing, and it would be nice to keep up the form that we did, but it was never really going to stay at that level for the whole season, or else we would have been chasing promotion, which doesn't seem like a realistic target. But if we can get a mid-table, or maybe even a little bit higher, that would be pretty good. So hopefully that is something we can go on and do. Only 18 spots, I think that is reduced from last season, if I remember correctly. So as we move down, we get closer and closer. We're in like 12th place now, only 6 spots off from the bottom of the table, in a much worse position than we were, but it can definitely still work out for us. We've got a goal here, which is good, only our 3rd goal in the last 7 games, so we need to improve on that front as well. But I don't think we've been too bad, just a bit unlucky at times, because we had a load of games where we were drawing as well. We were winning the first games, then drawing, then losing, then hopefully we go back into a cycle of winning games now. That would always be nice. Here's Kinsombi, interesting pass there, goes to Musonda. Musonda beats his man. Can he look to square it? Where will he go? He cuts in, has the shot. Lovely goal. Musonda, 5 goals, 5 assists for the season. We're 2-0 up here, and this losing streak is about to be over after 20 minutes here against Hannover. Exactly what we want to see. It feels like, we say a lot about how we come on camera and we start losing. We've come on camera now and we start winning yesterday. What was it, a 4-1 win away from home, 5-1 win even, and now against Hannover, 2nd place in the table. It looks like we're going to go and get a win if we can continue to play like this. But it is the team that we started the season with. For the most part, it has changed in a few parts, but I think it's interesting that some of these new signings haven't really got it down just yet. I hope they can, because they do have a lot of potential. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is just tapping into their potential. Verlat has scored. I was so confused then. I was like, why has Verlat gone to... we're all protesting to the referee. The goal is going to stand. He has pointed to the middle. I thought Vela had signed for Hannover. I was like, I don't remember that happening. I know he was questioning whether he wanted to stay at the club or not, but I was very certain that he hadn't left. But it is a deflection. Big deflection is taken off him there. Let's go and see if we can make another chance here and go and restore our 2-goal advantage. The ball into the middle. It's cleared to the edge of the area, but it will go to be fair, the striker has dropped deep there for Hannover. It's going to go with a long ball over the top. Defender required. We're going to have to look to try and win this ball back. Don't want to go 2-2 here. Good save from Darn in the end, who has returned to the team. We had a few issues with the goalkeeper who was starting those games before. He is still with the club. That did sound like he's gone from the club, but no, he hasn't. Just a few mistakes here and there that we couldn't afford to keep happening. So Darn, with all his experience, has come back into this team, and I guess there will be more competition for those spaces as the season's gone on. It is pressure from Hannover here in this game. We need to be careful, work the ball out well, cannot be losing the ball like that. That is very, very poor in a position like that to go and lose it. The ball could be in behind here for Hannover, the square ball, and that is just poor really. We've got to be doing a lot better. 2-2 after 40 minutes here in this game. It's very frustrating, very, very frustrating to have conceded a goal like that. It is just very annoying. You know what I mean? We played well at the start of this game, but Hannover, we're letting them back into the game. Maybe a defensive change needed if we want to go. The attacking is clearly there. The defence maybe needs securing a little bit more. Maybe it's to do with the fullbacks a little bit, because they're really good attacking wise, but defensively, maybe letting too many balls in behind there in this game. We'll just have to see what we can go and do, and if it will be our game to take here. Is that 3-2? It is 3-2. Just before half time they've gone and completed the turnaround. That is very frustrating. The complete turnaround is completed, and we're going to have to see what we can do in the second half. Need Electron with a bit of an injury. I can see a few changes we're going to make. We'll probably make one at half time now, which is very frustrating. One thing to note, that's quite an interesting thing, it's not in the moment because we're doing bad. We have had a few job offers. We had one for Aris Limassol, Greek club. We can't obviously go there just yet with it being borderline glory. We can only go to neighbouring countries, but we did have one from a neighbouring country too. Actually, we had one in Belgium. I can't quite remember who the club was, but we also had one in France, Paris FC, not PSG, Paris FC. It's another like small club in a big city. That would have been interesting to go to, but it could be a possibility in the future, but I don't think I'll go there just yet. We'll have to see. It's felt like a bit too early, and maybe there's other countries we can go to before France. We have the likes of Belgium, Switzerland, as some we could potentially go to if we want kind of I mean, them leagues are interesting, but they don't really have good European competitors, whereas if we did go to France, they would have some more established European competitors. So it is definitely something that we want to look. It is probably that we do go to the left side. We do have Poland, which is a possibility, but after Poland we have to go into the Balkan nations, and if we want the ambitions of winning these trophies, is it the best route? I'm not too certain, but we can end up there. That is the thing to know. It's just that going around originally might not be the best idea with there's so many small countries as well. If we want to progress through the borders, it would be we'd have to go from one club to another with all probably very similar profiles. There is a free kick here on the edge of the area for Hannover. We've just gone after half time, the ball to the back post. That is terrible defending, and it is going to be, by the looks of it, Hannover who will take the 3 points, the first 3 points of this episode. Defensively, it's just not worked out for us in this game at all. I'm going to look to make some changes. I'm going to bring Jakob onto that left hand side, and then I think I'm also going to bring Dulic off for Lesnar. I'm going to make the other changes as well. I'm going to bring Tower on for Christensen in the middle there. We just need to be a bit more secure in the midfield. It's really not been good enough defensively, probably the reason for a lot of our issues. I know we've not scored a lot, but when I think we're struggling a bit in terms of the possession as well. Teams are getting really creative on the ball when they do have the ball, and they're making chances like that, and it's just not good enough for us down those wings. We maybe have to be tweaking it a little bit and doing a bit better in terms of how we are setting up defensively. 60 minutes gone here in this game. The scoreline 4-2 to Hannover. Hannover obviously a very, very good team historically, but we were 2-0 up, and for them to make it 4-2 in our own stadium is very very frustrating. We're going to have to make a marked improvement in the second half of this season if we want to survive, because we've obviously had a decent start, a much better start I'd argue than I thought we would get. You would think we'd be around that relegation zone, but we still have to go and do better if we really want to secure. Teams are going to have good second halves as well. Some might have bad, but I think in the second half you see more better stages than worse ones, so we really have to be careful of that and make sure what we go on and do is very meaningful, and it gets us the points that we need to survive in this season. We'll bring Scholes on there down that right hand side. We've gone attacking. We're putting all our eggs out in one basket now to see what we can go and do in the final parts of this game. Around 10 minutes remaining with that added time on top. We've had 4 shots on target, Hannover 8, and it's directly proportional to the goals scored. Half of them have gone in for both teams. The full-time whistle is going to go in this game, and it's a frustrating day against Hannover. And the team for this game against Greuther, Furth, we've got Darning, Backline of Verlat, Duic. We've got Jakob, Tower, Christiansen, and Dan Huff, Kinsombi, Philip, and Nina Lechner up top. Kick-off here in this game. Big one for us is away from home, but we really do need a win. I think we have had a tough spell of fixtures on reflection, but still, now is the time to turn that around against the team who we've already beat once this season, and as well they are not doing too well for themselves. We really want to go and try and get that win, just be positive and go and see what we can do. But then if we don't, then you start to have a few concerns about if we can stay up in this season or not. There we are in 12th place, so still not the worst position. 16th place is a relegation playoff, and then 18th and 17th is the relegation spot, so anything above 15 is where we want to be really. But a mid-table finish you'd think is pretty good for us in our first season back in this second division, with the expectation obviously being to survive in this season. I think that would be a pretty good result for us, so that is going to start now if we want to go and achieve a win today, get a few more wins under the belt, and then we should be good to go for our remaining games coming up in this season. Let's have a look how it goes in this one though, and hopefully we can go and get a win. I have brought Jakob back into the team. He's a bit deeper this time, but with Kinsombi they could do really, really well down that right hand side. Here's Dan Huff, or left hand side I should say. It's Dan Huff down the right side now. He squares it. Kinsombi is there at that near post for some reason. He's managed to get there, but he has scored another goal for himself. He's done very, very well since coming into this team. He has actually just signed a new contract as well. He was only here originally for the year, but we have signed him now for an extra 2 years. He is only 27, so to have a player around like that, even if he turns into more of a squad player, is very, very good. Someone who you feel like has been quite reliable in this team so far this season. Here's Christiansen alongside Tower today for the Jacobson, who is out with illness. Dan Huff, lovely ball in behind. Can he have the shot? He finds Philip, good save, but he goes back to Kinsombi, and Jakob now with the shot, and it does go over the bar in the end. It's really, really good stuff. You feel like for a successful team, for us to be successful, both sides of these wings have to get involved, and I feel like that is what we've seen so far in this game. Kinsombi does very well to get past there all the way. How has he not put that away? Some of these shots we do are just absolutely ridiculous. The amount of space he had on the right side of that goal, and he's gone straight to the keeper, is very, very interesting. How does this win shape us up in the table to 11th place? That is very, very good. If we go and look to expand this table, can we go and do that? We can't go onto the touchline tablet, the most weird thing that is in the whole game. I don't know why we can't go and do it. We have this stupid bar that no one ever uses. You can go back, but no one ever uses that. It's so pointless. Here's Danhoff, he's in behind. That is a penalty. A foot is definitely hacked out there. The ball may have gone from Danhoff, but maybe as a result of that foul, surely it is going to be a penalty for us here in this game, and we're going to go 2-0 up for the second game in a row should we score. But it's about holding it now and seeing if we can actually maintain that. We'll have to see. I can't get rid of this bar now. It's gone now. As you can see, hopefully Dan Huff is all right to continue for this game, but it's going to be Nina Lechner who steps up to take this penalty. Can he put it away and send us into half-time 2-0 up? That would be very, very important for us. Nina Lechner, it's saved. Can't believe it. What can you do about that, really? But it's annoying. It is very, very frustrating. Just as you think it's getting a little bit better for us, we'll go and do that. Let's have a look. So as it stands, 11th place, and it goes again there. No touchline tablet. I don't think there is one anyway. I can't see where there is one. I don't know why it's been removed. That has hit the inside of the post. Luckily, it is it's going to be an offside in there. Can we go and look again right quickly? So 21, 22, 22. So yeah, the split is kind of forming a little bit. We are 6 points behind 8th place now in the table, but if we can stay around these positions that we are, just 1 point behind 9th place, that would be very, very good for us, and that is what we would be looking to try and finish. I mean, if you told us we'd get a 9th place finish, literally bang on mid-table, I'd be very, very happy with that. And if that's something we can go and achieve, a top 10 finish, I think would be very, very successful for us. And if we can, that would be very, very good for our stock. It shows we can somewhat manage a team. Even if we have gone through some bad spells in this season, we have done well to get to this position, and I think we've built a very, very good squad. It's going to take time to gel. Maybe if we stay for one more season, we can go and see that happen, but it's just a case of if we want to do that, Dulich has somehow hit that on the volley and it's gone over. I think it is going to be another corner for us. Nothing coming from that. Do you see the German advertising? That's very, very interesting. It looked like a Chris brand or something like that, but 2.5 XG, obviously a lot of that coming from the penalty, but we have played a lot better, a marked improvement, and we need to get wins against teams who, even though we might not be in the relegation zones, would be our relegation rivals. And a team like Greuther, Furth, who we are playing against today, is an example of that. Musonda onto that left hand side there. I'm going to bring Philip off for Bundesliga, get him some minutes there, and then we'll stick with that for now. It is still quite early in the game, 60 minutes gone. You make kind of the resting changes, the fitness changes at this point in the game, and if we want something a bit more in the next part of this game, we can go and do that if we need to. 70 minutes gone here in this game. We have been a lot better, a much marked improvement from last time out, and hopefully this can continue for a few more games. We're going to bring on Lugiki, and I also want to make a defensive change. I'm going to bring Vogt on for Lesnar, just to keep on their striker and make sure he doesn't have much chance of getting a goal in this game. 80 minutes gone. We have been very, very good. I'm happy to see that we'll finally get our first win in 8 games, which is quite annoying to say, especially from where we were, but at least we are doing it. There's Ingolstadt at the bottom of the table there, 7 points they've been able to collect. We are going to be on 21 points. We are past 20 points. You think that would do some favours in staying up for this season. A good landmark for us. The full-time whistle is going to go shortly in this game. Will there be one more chance? It's going to be a goal kick for us here. We need to go and get this ball nice and long. It goes into Danhoff. Can he find a ball? He plays a nice back heel to Christiansen. Bundesliga, he's fouled maybe, but it goes back to him. He cuts inside, finds Tower. Musonda, can he play the ball in behind? Where will we go? Tower, Jakob, can he have the shot? Musonda, he's going all the way for 2-0. Lovely save there, to be fair, from the opposition goalkeeper. There is the crisp sponsor. We won't get much more in this game. The full-time whistle goes, and that is a very good display and a massive 3 points on the board. So they have it. The break did as well. We did actually have a win in a friendly. I'm sure that would have been alright for the morale against Wayne Wadesbad, in a team who we beat last season a couple of times. I think just the one time maybe, I don't really know, but we found ourselves in 11th place, 21 points, 5 points clear of the relegation zone. We can be happy with that performance today. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you this little tune. Make sure to join the Discord, top link in the description. I'll see you all for another video. Thank you, bye bye.